Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Today is Thursday, April 21st. Going to get started with today's live stream in just a moment. Just sit tight, and like I said, we'll jump into today's content in about a minute or so once people join us. I see we have some people joining us. Welcome, everybody. Going to get started here in about 30 seconds, so just sit tight, please. All right, Hexo traders and investors, welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Powell Group. Today is Thursday, April 21st, and in this video we're going to be discussing some news with regards to Hexo. They just announced that they'll be closing their Belleville facility operations, and also going to just talk about a lot of emotional retail investors reacting, and yeah, we'll save some time at the end as well for some questions. But going to jump into today's content. Before we do, though, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future uploads, and it helps support me and it helps support the channel. So again, this news just came out. The stock's actually up after hours, and on this channel, we highly encourage that we use logical thinking, and I think a lot of people just saw this news and automatically jumped to conclusions and thought the worst and everything, right? It looks bad at first face value, but actually I think this news is quite bullish, and the stock's actually up after hours, and I bet you retail is just completely dumbfounded for the most part. Again, I don't want to sound too condescending or anything like that, but it's just true, right? It's the stereotypical investor. They read something, they panic, they get emotional, they don't actually try to use logic and understand it before. So I figured this news warranted a video, so I wanted to come on and put a lot of that nonsense that's going around to bed, because yeah, there's just no place for it. If you guys are so emotional about this investment, like I own more crypto, I've done this, check out my video on my strategy. Are you fed up and tired of MJ stocks? I go over my strategy. I talk about how I deal with these low prices and these huge drops in the stock and across the sector. It's because I own more crypto than I do MJ, and I have real estate investments, right? I made more money off real estate and crypto than I ever did off MJ, and I could care less if I made another dollar because I'm financially stable and free, basically. I don't need any money from MJ, but any investments that I put into MJ are exactly that. They're MJ investments. I'm holding long term. An investment isn't to get emotional over and panic and make buying and selling decisions. I'm setting and forgetting. That's what basically investing is, right? And I got more than Hexo in my portfolio. I bought some MSOS today as well, the ETF in the US. Where's the MSO gang at these days, right? They're saying that MSOs are the best, but yet MSOS, the ETF that tracks all the major MSOs, is at an all-time low. So again, if Hexo were at this stage and this state, and the rest of MJ was flourishing and at all-time highs, and things are just going bullish, popping off left, right, and center, and Hexo's at these levels, okay, I'd be worried. But it's status quo, and now we're going to use logic and thinking, and we're going to go through this and not get emotional, and we're going to read what this says, right? Okay, so before you react emotionally, from start to finish, read the whole entire article, right? And then think about what this means, and then actually listen to what you're reading and actually understand it, right? Versus just see what I think a lot of people did today was, the headline doesn't seem too bad, right? Hexo provides update on strategic plan, announces changes to further streamline operations on a path to become cash flow positive from operations. Sounds bullish at first sight, right? Because it is. We'll explain that later. A leading producer in high quality MJ, yep, blah, 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 blah. announces a strategic plan designed to solidify Hexo's position as the #1 MJ company in Canada by recreational market share, with the goal of becoming cash flow positive from operations. Okay, that just told you all of what you're about to hear is because they want to maintain #1 and they want to become cash flow positive. Remember that. The company is announcing that it will close its Belleville facility and transition its operation. Oh my God, I'm going to go panic. That's what most retail investors did. And then they stopped reading, right? And then they just panic. Emotions take over and all logic goes out the window. Okay, so this is how I would approach it. The company is announcing that it will close its Belleville facility and transition its operations to other sites. Actually, somebody told me that this was happening. This news was happening before I saw the press release. And I said, oh, that doesn't make any sense because Belleville's there and that's their center of excellence for Truss. Are they moving it to other sites? And then I saw the article and sure enough, moving to other sites. So again, when you spend over $1 billion on Redican and acquiring all these facilities, I would do it too if you didn't need the facility. And again, there's more to this. I'll get to it at the end. So they're going to transition operations to other sites to further streamline operations and capitalize on production efficiencies. That's something that they also are working with Tilray on, is efficiencies and synergies through their new financial partnership, okay? So just hang on, which we know is going well, and they signed a definitive agreement set to close in May. After an extensive review of our site capabilities, we have identified that this operational closure and transition is our opportunity to further optimize our network, said Hexo COO Charlie Bowman. Our decision is designed to leverage other sites while available. Okay, this is exactly what I was saying. Our decision is designed to leverage other sites with available infrastructure and capabilities to improve production outputs while significantly reducing costs across our entire network. Oh, how about that? Not all bearish. This is the critical next step for Hexo as we continue to make strides to becoming cash flow positive from operations. As part of the transition, all manufacturing machinery and equipment currently located at Hexo's Belleville facility will be transferred to other sites. A plan has been developed to facilitate this transition and ensure there is no impact on production or shipments. Oh, how about that? More bullish news. The transition is scheduled to complete by the end of July 2021, so shortly after the Tilray deal closes. I would like to thank our Belleville community partners and employees, and also my heart and condolences go out to, my thoughts and prayers are with the employees and the people that are affected by this. But we need to expect this, right? This is when you spend over $1 billion in acquiring companies, you've got all these new facilities, you don't need them all, so you have to make tough decisions. And again, my heartfelt condolences and thoughts go out to those people that are affected by this, and hopefully you're able to find new work. And Hexo's actually offering career counseling services and things like that to help with that. So yeah, they send out their sincere condolences and thoughts with their community partners, employees for their invaluable contributions for Hexo's growth and success, said Hexo President CEO Scott Cooper. This is a very difficult decision, but is a key component of executing on our strategic plan and one that we believe best positions Hexo for profitable growth. Hexo is working closely with employees to reduce the impact of the decision, including offering career counseling and other transitional services. Approximately 230 employees will be impacted by this announcement. Now, here's the thing that, again, people reacted to emotions and they didn't read the whole thing. The Truss Beverage Co. operations are not, I'll repeat, are not impacted by this transition and will continue to operate out of the Belleville facility. Oh, okay. So now I'm starting to understand things logically, and now that I have read everything, right, we can logically, and that's what I love about this channel, is there's so many people on my channel, and I commend all of you who reached out and actually didn't respond emotionally, and you actually contributed to the conversation, and you realize that, oh, this is actually probably bullish. So for those of you that saw through all the emotions and responded, didn't respond too crazily and actually put some thought and logic into it, I commend you and I appreciate you. Just grabbing a drink of coffee there. So where was I at? So again, this isn't, again, if the rest of the MJ industry was flourishing, this would be, I'd be worried, but this is just status quo. The whole industry is getting slammed at the moment, and this is a positive. Like I said, Hexo is up 2 pennies, up to 46 cents after hours, and we had a pretty big spike there. So again, why everybody's saying, oh, it's going to 40 cents and it's not going to stop there, and I bet you a lot of people are thinking, oh, the B word again, bankruptcy. Well, remember that video that I did a while ago saying on exactly that, is Hexo going bankrupt? So I went bankrupt. Remember when I said trouble ahead, Hexo going bankrupt? Like, this video's got over 2,000 views 3 months ago. And I laid out, and this is before the Tilray partnership, I laid out a bunch of detailed options that they had before going bankrupt and things to consider. And this is one of those options that we had to consider, right? It could, they might even, you know, they don't, it's owned by Chiara. Shout out to, I think it was Matt who said that, but reminded me that Hexo doesn't actually have any, I think they were just leasing it, right? So this news really doesn't impact, like, there's nothing new, but like, there's nothing bad that we didn't already know. Yes, they ended up selling that Belleville facility for pennies on the dollar and lost a lot of money because they bought it for a lot more than they sold it for. But that was the case before this news came out. This news, there's nothing bad that comes of this news, right? Except for they're going to save money and move their operations. Truss is staying there. So we have to wonder, is Truss, somebody brought it up, I can't remember their name, I think it was Matt, another Matt, shout out to you, but you know who you are if you're listening to this, but mentioned that it could be Truss getting their license. We know that Truss Beverages is likely going to get its own license for MJ. And if that's the case, maybe they wanted the whole facility to themselves, right? They have 13 new drinks coming out. I did a video on that. You can check that out. But all this bullish news coming out, guys, I'm not worried at all. I've got a buy order in for 40 cents. I know a lot of people bought today as well. And yeah, the facility, this actually kind of hurts the chances that we could see Kellogg's as their partner, but because their Kellogg's is right across the road. But who knows? Maybe they have the production over at Kellogg's. I doubt it because they won't have an MJ license. So maybe Hexo puts the CPG partner in another facility, or I don't know, with Truss staying there. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I'm open to ideas and thoughts. Realistically, it's just speculation. Nothing that we can come up with is going to change anything. So there's still lots of possibilities and options with regards to what happens. A lot of people are saying the CPG partner fell through, but the last time we heard that, it was just FUD and people making up stuff, right, for the lack of a better word. And the same thing going around. Oh, we heard somebody worked for Hexo, got fired, and they said that they leaked that the CPG partner news fell through. And then I emailed investor relations, and then the person, Jennifer, responded saying, no, it's still signed. Like, that's all BS, right? And then Jennifer got let go because she was the head of IR, and then investor relations, and everybody's thinking, oh, she must have let the cat out of the bag too early, and then now she got fired because she spilled the news on the CPG partner. It's like, no, they were firing a ton of people. There was a ton of people that left, and they probably got the admin staff, somebody who's working reception, to do investor relations. Like, it's not, guys, we just need to think logically and leave emotions at the door, okay? Again, I own more crypto than I do MJ. I could care less. Like, let's just stop for a second. I could care less if Hexo went to zero, or if all MJ companies, you know, every country in the world outlaws MJ and it's illegal again. Who cares? I don't care. It's all money I was willing to lose. I'm financially free. I have more money. I've made more money off real estate than I did off crypto. This isn't me gloating or bloating, trying to, toot my own horn. It's me being real with you guys. And if you guys are so emotional when a headline comes out like this, it reads positive, but then people didn't read past the first paragraph. They just read this. It is closing its Belleville, and then they freak out. Like, if this is you and you're freaking out, like, maybe investing isn't for you. Like, this channel isn't, I'm not here to get clickbait people and to get followers and views. I'm being real with you guys, and I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. If you get that emotional over this stuff, well, maybe the market isn't for you, okay? And you're investing in MJ. It's the second most volatile industry on the planet sector next to crypto. So if you can't handle the ups and the downs, then maybe crypto and MJ aren't for you. It's not that difficult to understand. But again, you need to leave emotions at the door. This is what market makers do. They are going to do this, and they position it in a way that all this bad news comes out string after string after string after string. And if I just look at my phone here, the amount, I had no messages a second ago, and now I've got about 20 some notifications. I think probably 5 to 10 or a dozen of those are direct messages of retail investors literally freaking out and messaging me freaking out, okay? So if you're one of those people who are messaging me right now freaking out, just know that I have a community over 100 people in my community. I've got an audience on YouTube now of over 3,000 people. My network is about 5 to 10,000 people that I'm talking to all the time, so I can't respond to everybody. So I figured that this warranted a video to come on here and to put all this nonsense to bed and just put everybody's minds at ease. I feel like I'm kind of Coach Rod and and Pep Talk Rod because yeah, guys, like I don't look at the price. Yes, I talk about the price of Hexo and I do technical analysis, but I'm not looking at the price all the time. The only reason why I brought up the after hours price is because somebody said it spiked and everybody's saying, oh, it's going to 40 cents and below. Well, why is it up after hours? And again, like there's a lot of bullish things that came from this article. Anyways, I'm getting pretty heated and whatnot, so I'll chill out now, but everybody seems pretty quiet so far, so let me know in the comments. Do you think this is bullish? Do you think it's bearish? Why do you think it's bullish? Why do you think it's bearish? Let's have some thoughtful discourse and clear up any uncertainties or any concerns. Obviously, I don't have the answer to everything. I don't know everything. I'm just a retail investor like each and every one of you amazing people. But, at the end of the day, that's the whole reason why I created Pursuit of Wealth. It's a journey. You're going to have obstacles. You're going to have all of these things thrown your way. And the thing that we need to do is keep a level head and come to the conclusion that makes the most sense, right? And that's the whole thing about Pursuit of Wealth was, you see so much toxicity on Facebook groups. And if it were up to me, I'd be banning half the people in those groups. But hey, I don't mind when people comment nonsense on things because it's public. People can see it. I can respond to that and make their argument look completely irrelevant and just childish and emotional reaction. Like it has no logic behind it. It's just emotional, right? Somebody contacted me saying my bias is is blinding me and I can't see past into reality. And I'm like, no, like you didn't read the article, first of all. And who are you to tell me what I should or should not do, right? I know what I'm investing in. Everybody told me not to invest in XRP. It's the bankers coin, blah, blah, blah. But yet more banks own Bitcoin on their balance sheets and offer Bitcoin to their customers than XRP. And anyways, I digress. But yeah, you just worry about your investments. I'll worry about mine. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'll handle my own investments, thank you. So for anybody messaging me, telling me that my bias is this and that and I'm too bullish and whatever, I don't care. I really don't care. I come on here, I share you my plan, and I tell you exactly how it is. I'm a realist. I'm not sugarcoating. People saying, oh, he's a paid pumper for Hexo. Hexo won't even let me do an interview with them yet. and you guys think they're paying me? It's like, give me a freaking break, guys and gals. Like, wow. Oh, man. Yeah, it's hard not to get emotional when you have all these emotional retail investors just not making any sense at all. Anyways, Hexo, key support was 46 cents USD. We lost that today. So we hit a low of 44 cents. I've got a buy order in for 40 cents. We do have some hidden bullish divergence, though. We can see here we're forming higher lows and higher highs on the weekly RSI, and we're forming lower highs and lower lows on the price action. So we do have some hidden bullish divergence there. Still struggling with weekly EMA 12. I said, watch that. What happened last time? Exactly. Pulled back. I said also be cautious because a lot of our names didn't change weekly trends. We need to see weekly trend changes across the sector, like Tilray. Tilray didn't do it. So then, again, we were skeptical, and then sure enough, knocked right back down. So we do have earnings coming up in June. It says June 15th. That's tentative. We want to see official confirmation from Hexo. I'm going to jump into the chat here in a moment, though. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Monthly bear flag confirming. Also a daily bear flag confirming. Actually, was that still a bear flag? Yeah, we bounced a little. Yeah, you can still call that a bear flag. So if we take the target of the daily bear flag, let's do a quick comparison. I think a POW group member, and if you don't know how to do charts, right? A POW group member told me that there was a daily bear flag. You know who you are. I didn't even see it. And this is the great thing about a community, right? So if you don't know how to read charts, don't worry. Go check out my website, pursuitofwealthgroup.com. Check out our website at powgroup.ca. Both will take you there. And if you don't know charts and how to read charts and all that stuff, and you don't care to, you don't have to. You can join a community. It's only $10 a month or $100 a year, right? It's inexpensive. I see so many people just not willing to put in the work. And there's some people that are watching my videos after 2 hours, right? And those are the ones that are learning and really, taking a lot, learning a lot from it, right? But if you're somebody who's not putting in the work, then That's just the way it goes. You need those who fail to plan, plan to fail, right? And we went from daily oversold to daily overbought to daily oversold. But yeah, the target on it is, I thought they said 35 cents, but it's actually 40 cents. So that's why I have my buy order in for 40 cents. And I think the next psychological support is going to be 40 cents. But daily, so don't be surprised if we see a little bit more downside. I'm not all bullish. Those of you that say I only have a bullish bias, well, guess what? I just told you that there's a daily bear flag, and we could be going to 40 cents. So I'm looking at the chart. I'm telling you what I see, right? Doesn't mean we're going to go to 40 cents. It's just the odds say, and the probabilities on the chart say, we could go there. And I've got a buy order in. I'm prepared. I bought more MSOS today in my TFSA. I put Canadians get another $6,000. I didn't put the whole $6,000. I'm saving some of it. Because what if SPY and the broader market falls, right? And drops another 20, 30%. It could happen. And then MJ gets slaughtered again, right? So are you prepared for that? I own multiple, so I don't care, right? I own multiple MJ stocks. I own more crypto than I do MJ. So we're still up here after hours. And again, we could even see a reverse split, right? Be aware now. We could even see another raise, maybe. We could see a reverse split. People need to just be aware. Like, I think people just buy stuff and don't actually know what they own or why they're buying it. They just buy it and then hope for the best, and then later on they get emotional and then they sell, right? So I see we have quite a few people on the stream still. Going to jump into the chat here in a moment. Again, let me know if this is bullish or bearish. Are you bullish or bearish? Are you selling? Are you panic selling? Are you panic buying? What are you doing? Let's have some fun here now. Let's get off all this negativity and emotional. What are you doing, retail? Stop being so emotional. You're making me emotional. I'm just kidding. I'm not emotional. I don't feel feelings. I said I don't look at the price. I have a plan. I'm going to dollar cost average. The whole sector is bearish. Just if you're wondering why your MJ company is down, look at HMMJ, the ETF, or MSOS, the ETF. They're both, MSOS is at an all-time low. Anyway, moving on. So we are back below the 10-week moving average. I brought this up in a private POW group member live stream today. Don't lose sight of the fact that Hexo had a MACD bull cross in November and October. That was the first time since November, December 2019. So a long time ago since we had that bull cross. And look what happened the last time it crossed. We shot up from about $1.40 to $11. Okay. But one thing to note is, how long did it take from that MACD bull cross for the price momentum to start? The answer is about 6 months. So when we had this bull cross here, how long can we expect potentially? Maybe around 6 months. So if that happened in December, that means 6 month mark is, well, now. So we could see a bounce, in my opinion, over the next month or two. And what do we know? Chuck Schumer's bill got delayed. I think that had to do with Ethereum getting delayed, their 2.0 version 2, right, coming out. Also, there was Flare Networks got delayed in crypto. So again, it goes along with my line of thinking that they're not going to run MJ until after crypto peaks. And again, that's why I own more crypto right now. I don't own any Bitcoin or Ethereum. I'm all into altcoins, specifically XLM, XRP, Litecoin, Link. But anyway, I think that they delayed that in the Schumer bill because of these other things that got delayed in crypto. And I think that we're going to see alt season over the next few months. And then I'm going to be rotating more of those profits into beating down to MJ. Not just Hexo. I own more MJ stocks than Hexo. Check out my top 5 cannabis holding video, both in the US and so I think I have 6 or 7 LPs now, and then one retailer, High Tide. And then in the South, I have Curaleaf, Cresco, MSOS, I like BAM. Anyway, check out the video if you want to learn top holdings. But we're back below all the daily moving averages as well. So we need to get move. If we start to see a move to the upside here soon, watch that 59 cent area, because that's the 50-day moving average, and the 10-week moving average is there at 57. So that's 59 cent area, and crypto's getting slaughtered here at the moment. But no major red flags. SPY today, just taking in the broader market. So we had obviously the rate hikes might be increasing in May. And the way they word it is a possible rate hike, right? Just to get people emotional, and then they might not even do it at all. It's like the classic thing, right? We're not even thinking about raising interest rates. Oh, next meeting. Oh yeah, we lied. We're thinking about it. And then they're like, oh, well, we might rate hikes. Tongue twister. We may raise interest rates, and then it's like, nah, fake, psych. And then it's like, okay, no, there's a possibility. And then they raise it. And then they do it again. And they say, okay, there's a possibility it could come next month or the month after. And then they delay it one more month. It's just how they do it. But we knew to be expecting daily consolidation. We were in a daily downtrend on SPY. And we had lower highs and lower lows. So we could just expect the same, right? And then anything below 450.69 was a daily lower high. Look where we topped out, 450.01. Perfect resistance. We knew we were still in a daily downtrend, so we knew to be just expecting a daily lower high, and we knew that daily consolidation was likely coming at some point soon. But we held support there at 435.61. Anything above that is a daily high or low. Now, if we break resistance at 450.01, we confirm a daily uptrend, and then guess what? All you bears out there who have the bearish bias, we would then be in a daily, weekly, and monthly uptrend. So everybody's saying bear market, bear market, bear market. Well, how is it that we're still in a monthly, weekly, and daily uptrend? Basically, if we confirm a daily uptrend, we'll be on an uptrend on every single time frame. But yet the bears are like, bear market. And you're like, no, that doesn't make any sense. If we're on uptrends on every single time frame, how could we be in a bear market? Right? MJ's on downtrends on monthly and weekly, so it's in a bear market, right? So anyway, it's the complete opposite thinking. But anyways, something I want to remind you here that I'm looking at, remember I've been calling very high warning on SPY right now. I use the .com bubble fractal. So I took the .com bubble bursting and I put that fractal here. And look what's happening. We peaked and then we dropped and then we bounced on the monthly for a monthly lower high. We had a daily bull flag on SPY that had a target of 474. And look where, that's exactly basically where the fractal is saying we were going from the .com boom and bust. And I'm going back to this here. This is this fractal right here. So I took this fractal and I moved it over here and it's in the blue. Okay. So something else I want to show you. This is extremely, extremely important. Look at this. When the monthly RSI peaked in the .com bubble, look at how, like, this is how awesome charts are. It peaked in 1996, but then it started hidden bearish divergence, right? In Hexo, we have bullish, hidden bullish divergence because the RSI is trending up and the price is trending lower. Well, in SPY, in the .com days, the price was going up and the RSI was going down. So that's called hidden bearish RSI divergence. So it took 4 years for the price to peak after the monthly RSI peaked. Okay, now here's the crazy part. And then we entered a multi-year bear market. Now here's the crazy mind-blowing part. When did the RSI peak on this bull run? 2018. What's 4 years from 2018? 2022. So does that mean it's going to, again, history doesn't always repeat, but this is the closest thing that we have to a blueprint and an idea. So if we do the exact same thing that we did and of course it's not the exact same because prices are a lot higher and whatever. You could argue that it's not going to be the exact same, but it might rhyme. Maybe it's similar. And this is something we can prepare ourselves, right? So if we bounce, this means, again, I've been saying sell in May and go away. This lines up for a monthly lower high somewhere around the middle of May, the beginning to middle of May. So again, perfect sell in May and go away. And then we see the real selling start to pick up into the summer, June and July. And then that's when we confirm monthly downtrends. We haven't confirmed a monthly downtrend on SPY since 2008, back here in the 2008 housing crisis, financial crisis, which is right before when crypto became a thing. And why do you think crypto was created? It was because of a new financial system. Financial system collapsed then, they knew it, and they created Bitcoin a year later to save the world, essentially, from itself. But anyways, moving on. So we're going to form, I think, a monthly lower high, somewhere around that 475 area, and then we'll come down, and then if we lose support there at 410.64, that's going to confirm a monthly downtrend here now. So it's all about 410. If we lose 410, all you bears out there can go say we're in a bear market, right? But until we confirm, until we lose monthly and weekly uptrends, and until we confirm a monthly downtrend, we've been in a bull market since 2008, right? 14 years, folks. And until we do that, we're likely going to be just fine. We're still in a bull market, in my opinion. So again, what I think, and look, we held this support line perfectly too, this dotted line. Look where it came back down. So I knew to be expecting a low there because of the .com fractal that I put over there. But then we also had this resistance, which became new support. Old resistance became new support, classical technical analysis theory. So we had two support levels there, which was perfect. We also had the Fibonacci extension there, the 3.618 right there, that yellow, or sorry, that purple line right there. So we knew to be potentially expecting some support around there, which is right just under 400. So then now we're forming that monthly lower high, and then we could roll over, confirm a monthly downtrend. If we confirm a monthly downtrend right around there, like into June and July, in August, then the bear market is upon us. Then all you bears can start screaming from the rooftops, we're in a bear market, we're in a bear market. But until now, you're just making stuff up. There's nothing to be worried about long term. And then if we see a similar fractal play out to the .com, we could see a five-wave structure and corrective structure through this Elliott wave, similar to what happened in the .com. And if that happens, that would take us down to about 223. Now, all you bears, am I only bullish all the time? No. I'm showing you that I'm very bearish on the broader market, but I have a plan, right? I'm building a short position on the S&P 500 as well. I'm shorting it. I'm using SPXS. Check it out. It's a 3x inverse leverage. So if SPY goes down 1%, my investment in SPXX should go up 3%, right? It's inverse, and it's 3x leverage. So 1% down equals a 3% gain. But if it goes up 1%, then SPXS loses 3%, right? So it's the same, just opposite. And yeah, so Bitcoin, just checking in on the broader market here real quick. So I said in the group a couple hours ago, said watch for more crypto downside. Why? Because SPY started daily consolidation today, and we still didn't confirm a daily uptrend on Bitcoin either. And that was the most likely scenario. And then we lost 40,893. I said if we lose that, daily consolidation underway, we lost it. And there you go. We saw this acceleration to the downside pick up because we started daily consolidation, right? It's not rocket science, guys. Check in on the after hours. So still at 46. That's pretty much all I have, though. So yeah. Let's take a look at some of our movers and shakers here. I do have to run at an appointment here in 15 minutes, so I'll get into the chat here. PCLO, Hexo, SNDL leading the decline today. TGOD, XTRX, and CGC leading the bull list. Or actually, I don't know what happened with that sort that I just did. XTRX and CGC, the only green ones. USMJ. Oh, look at that. USMJ down as much as Hexo, right? I thought Hexo had, this is so bearish news. Acreage, MedMen, CWeb, green on the day today, leading the bull list. Okay, now I want to bring up MSOS, new all-time low today. So again, all the MSO gang lovers and LP bashers, nowhere to be found lately because MSOS is hitting an all-time low, and they don't realize that the market moves in tandem because it's still very early. The market doesn't, you know, in a nascent market, it's like Bitcoin, right? Why do all coins follow Bitcoins? Because they all move together, right? It's a nascent industry. So it's the same thing in MJ. And I also saw Raoul Powell, macro investor. You know what he did? He compared crypto to Amazon. Can you believe that? He actually compared crypto to Amazon. How dare he? He's like Amazon in the early days, right? Seen all these price swings because the market cap was low. Same thing with Bitcoin. And then, you know, all the people, I did a video on that too. It's kind of funny. I'm just poking fun. But, you know, I compare Amazon to MJ sometimes. Check that out. Why do people compare Amazon to crypto and cannabis companies? But anyway, I thought it was funny. It's just like, yeah, because it's the same. Like, if you're comparing, you know, doesn't matter if it's selling shovels or MJ. Well, how did a stock react when the market cap was low and then when it got high, right? So it's just a market cycle and it's trends and bull cycles and bear cycles and understanding new emerging markets and things like that, right? Like it's not, again, people just they read too much into things and get too emotional. Obviously, Amazon is very different than crypto, but I would argue that crypto is going to be worth more than Amazon because actually Amazon's worth 1.6 trillion market cap and Bitcoin hit $1 trillion, right? And it's only been around since 2009. Amazon's been around since the 90s. So pretty soon, Bitcoin's going to be more valuable than Amazon. So all you Amazon people that say you can't compare it to Amazon, well, what do you have to say to that? Like that again. Anyway, I digress. So MSOS, I added that to my TFSA today, my long-term no-touch portfolio. And like even if you put $1,000 into MSOS, again, not financial advice, this is for entertainment purposes only, but even if you put $1,000 in MSOS and then just wait until the run-up into U.S. legalization, we could easily see a 10x from here. 10x would bring us to about $170. So for every $1,000 you invest, that would turn into $10,000 if we hit $170. Let's say we just go to $100. Like we're almost there. We hit $56 there at the peak, and that was without even U.S. legalization. So just imagine, right? But let's just say we go to $100. That's like 500% upside. So $1,000 into $5,000. I think this is a no-brainer investment, MSOS. But again, just go here, go to my channel, and then search top 5. And my top 5, one thing, I did this video before I added high tide into there. I'm getting bullish on high tide. I also did a video on high tide. So if you want to know why I'm bullish on that all of a sudden, just check that out. Time to buy high tide stock. And I talk about my reasonings for that. All right. Still at 46 after hours. All right, let's jump into some questions. And hopefully we got some nice, thoughtful, logical, thought-out questions or comments, because this is the best community in all of MJ. Smash the like if you agree on that. Chris Hernandez, I want to hit 40 cents. I bought more yesterday at 46. Bullish. It's so undervalued. Emotions out of the picture. Yeah, you bet. Exactly. And yeah, it's valued at $280 million Canadian. The company, I think, is just ridiculous. Yeah, I'll buy more at 40 cents as well, USD. But as long as you have a plan, that's great, Chris. You're probably ahead of 95% of retail investors. Anytime a company reduces employee count, it improves the balance sheet. Facts. Yeah, absolutely. And we know that Hexo needs to improve its balance sheet. And yeah, there's a lot of bullish things going on. The market isn't responding though, right? Because it's the same thing in a bull market, right? If we're in a bull environment and prices are going crazy to the upside, doesn't matter how much bad news comes out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the price. But now we're the opposite. We're in a bear market. So all this bullish news is coming out, like New Jersey starting rec sales valued at $1 billion market per year. New Jersey, New York, not far behind. We know Germany's set to legalize this year. Also just saw that Switzerland. Let me bring that up. Share my screen here. So in the POW Group community, we got all these channels. We got crypto, cannabis, commodities, electric vehicle stocks, POW algo alerts. We also have an algorithm alerts, early buy and sell signals on, I think there's 75 stocks in the algorithm now. And then it also emails it out to you as well. So you don't have to sign up for the community. We have a membership community, and then we have algo alerts. We have a free course as well, the POW Academy. You can check out our free course at powgroup.ca. But we have a automatic news fetching channel as well. So we can post news here individually, but it automatically grabs all of these news articles and brings them in. So you don't even have to go, like this is your one-stop shop essentially. I don't even really check news anymore. I have everything in here. You got crypto news, general news, real estate news. It's awesome. So Switzerland aims for start of recreational. So this is the one that it pulled automatically. So Switzerland aims for summer start of recreational MJ trial program. So Germany starting, Malta legalizing, Switzerland, who's next? Sweden, UK, and then guess who's after that? Probably the United States, right? I think the US will be last, but they'll make up time in a big way, right? Like as soon as they'll just be out of the gate running, right? But yeah, everything's pointing in the right direction, guys, but nobody's paying attention. We got 13 new drinks from Truss. Check out that video that I did. Anyway, moving on. Check out that video. There's so much bullish news, right? What else is going on? We have multiple bills going through. The Safe Banking Act is coming up in the Senate. We know C-19 is kind of taking a backseat. That's kind of a thing of the past now. It seems geopolitical events with the war, nothing can really tank us, the broader market, right? And eventually we're going to have that broader market pullback and crypto pullback. So we'll see how MJ reacts. But again, just so much bullish news, and the price just isn't reacting. Just absolutely is not reacting. Let's go back here. So many windows open at the moment. Life of a YouTuber. So many windows and tabs. But yeah, there's so much bullish action going on right now. So yeah, this is going to be good. We know that they're saving money with the Tilray partnership. Tim Bond averaging down, good opportunity in my opinion. Yep. Not just Hexo too. It's like MSOS, huge screaming buy in my opinion. Cureleaf, great. It has a lot of presence in New Jersey, and New Jersey just went recreational. So that's a great option and very, very undervalued in my opinion. What's your thoughts on ADA? Yeah, I don't like it. I I went over this today on the private Pow Group live stream. Before I get into ADA, let me show you Doge. Okay, so this is why Doge, I'm interested in Doge. I took a position. I put about a little over $1,000 into Doge the other day at 14 cents because I think it's going to go to $1 to $2 because it already hit 76 cents a year ago, and that wasn't even in alt season. So if we see alt season, I think Doge could hit $1, maybe even as high as $2. So from 14 cents, right, you're talking about like 10x, like 5 to 10x. So I can deal with those risks to reward, but also have to be reminded that there's a lot of downside. That's why I only put a little over $1,000 into this one because I missed the original run, and there's a lot of risk to the downside because in March, look at this, March of 2020, it was at 0.0011 cents, so a tenth of a penny, and then it went to 76 cents. Okay, so let's just do the math on that. In 1 year, Doge went from a tenth of a penny to 76 cents. Okay, so 76 cents divided by 0.0011, that's 690x. So let's say you put $1,000 into Doge in March 2020 and you times that by 690. You became a millionaire on Doge in 1 year off a $1,000 investment. So that's why Doge isn't a high in my, it's my least biggest investment in crypto because it ran 700x. $1,000 a year later, you're a millionaire, Doge millionaire. Okay, so now let's look at ADA because it's pretty much the same thing. If you missed ADA, you missed it. There'll be other opportunities, but I'd wait for a 95% correction because look where it was in March of 2020, just under 2 cents, and it hit 316. Okay, so let's do the same math. 316 divided by 0.02. That's 158x. So $1,000 in March 2020 to the peak a year later on Cardano, you'd have $158,000 off a $1,000 investment, right? So yes, we are down quite a bit from the 316, but we're down 75%. Yeah, I don't own any personally, but in an alt season, I think it could probably hit $8 to $10. So I mean, decent risk to reward from here. You know, that's about 8 to 10x. So it's definitely a good option. I would put a stop under the low there at 74 cents if you didn't enter already, or if you've already entered, I would put a stop below 74 cents. That's what I would do personally. But yeah, I mean, you got to remember this was just at 2 cents, right? And I just think there's better opportunities. It's already past the 2017 all-time high. This is a crypto, this isn't a Hexo video, so I'm going to end here, but just be cautious. I wanted to touch on that because I want you to be cautious on these names that have run hundreds and hundreds of percent, right? Or hundreds of X, so hundreds of thousands of percent, right? So XRP hasn't eclipsed its 2017 all-time high yet. It's at $3.80 some cents. So I'm focusing more on the coins that haven't broke their all-time highs, that haven't run 100x or 700x like Doge did. All right, let's get back to MJ here. So Hexo still at. Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't sharing my screen, but anyway, you got the idea. Hopefully that helps. What is it? Newness knees? Yeah, hopefully that helps. Chris, Rod, what are your thoughts with Mexico? They agreed on legalizing. Yeah, again, this is just more dominoes falling, game theory playing out. The more people the more countries that legalize, it's just going to put the U.S. up against their back against the wall, right? And it's just going to expedite that. So I think it's great. And I think Truss is entering into the Mexican market as well, the Latin America. Exactly. So Germany, Malta, Switzerland, soon to be UK probably. We know Thailand starting to boost their tourism. They're going to potentially legalize. Mexico, right? Canada's already legalized. You got a bunch of other countries as well. If Canada, ABS, Mexico go fully legal, USA will be sandwiched. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. That might expedite the USA. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We're both thinking on the same wavelength. Expedite the U.S. if they are in MJ sandwich. Yeah, exactly. And you got to think the NAFTA, North American Trade Agreement, free trade agreement. That's between Mexico, Canada, and you guessed it, the US, right? So if Mexico and Canada are legalizing, and Germany, Malta, Switzerland, UK, all these places, it's just inevitable, right? It's a matter of when, not if. That's always been the case, right? And that's my bet, is that the US is going to legalize. MJ is going to be worth a fortune in the future, and I'm going to continue to buy these and dollar cost averages, these ridiculously low prices that make absolutely no sense, because that's what the market does. In a bear market, it goes completely nonsensical to the downside, and then in the upside, it goes nonsensical to gains, right? Because people are saying, oh, like Tesla is trading like 30x book value and sales or whatever, and it's like, yeah, because it doesn't matter. It's euphoria. It's hype, right? And eventually, it's going to come crashing down, just like MJ did. But yeah, great questions. And it's funny when you come on and you do these live streams, all the bashers, they don't want to show themselves, right? They don't want to be a part of, because they know I'll chew them right out too, right? And I'll completely correct that nonsense BS, because there's just so many emotional nonsense going on out there, and you don't see them. They hide behind their keyboard, the keyboard warriors, you call them, right? But whenever it comes to like actually having thoughtful discourse, they ghost you. They just comment, oh, Hexo bankrupt. Oh, thanks. Why do you think they're going bankrupt? May you care to elaborate, sir or madam. Oh, man. Gotta have fun, though, right? Gotta have fun. Double J, when will Hexo reach $2 CAD per share? What is it at now, Canadian? I usually track the, what is it, like 50-some cents? Yeah, 56 cents. Well, we have no monthly resistance and no EMA's resistance up until around that $2 Canadian. So I think it could happen over the next couple months, realistically. I think my average now in Hexo is down to around 150, 160 Canadian. So yeah, I'd be super happy at $2. Like I said, I don't even care about the price. I'm not thinking of selling anytime soon. I got my buy order set. I don't panic over it. I sleep well. Like I said, I've got more crypto than I have MJ, and that's how I get through these downward actions. But yeah, I think it could happen in the next couple of months. Double J, thanks for your question. Thanks for your question, Chris. Thanks for your comments and everything there, Nunes as well. Tim, going to end it there. Yeah, I see 56 cents here now. But yeah, hopefully that helps. I think we could see it over the next couple of months, realistically. It's really going to depend on the broader market too, but I am expecting a little bit more of I'm expecting one more move up on the broader market as well, and that should be good for MJ. But again, you have to start wondering, what if SPY, the S&P 500, really starts to tank and the broader market starts to tank, and crypto, that's probably going to drop MJ, right? At least temporarily. We might see MJ bounce really quickly afterwards and then rebound a lot quicker and faster and stronger than say tech or the broader market. But how are you prepared? You need to prepare yourself now, right? Prepare now, because I just warned you, MJ could drop a bit more, right? We know Hexo could reverse split. There's a bunch of other things that could happen with Hexo, or even the sector. But then there's the thought of, what if SPY drops 10 or 20% and goes into a bear market, right? Are you keeping some cash on the side? Maybe you sell a little bit of your position on the next rally, and then you keep a little cash on the side, but you still have some of your investment in the stock, because that way you're right or wrong whether it keeps going up or it goes down. Or if you don't want to do it that way, you could hedge and you could short the S&P 500, and then if S&P 500 goes down 20%, you can take those profits from your short position and then rotate it into beaten down MJ, right, which would probably drop. So there's a way to do it. There's tons of different ways to do it. You can dollar cost average. Yeah, this is the whole point of Pursuit of Wealth, is to help you with ideas before you hit the buy or sell button, but we're not financial advisors. So do you think that MJ stocks have an inverse relationship with the market? Kind of, yeah. On the way down, obviously we've been very correlated to the broader market, but when I've noticed that, I said this in my private member-only live stream today, when SPY and tech stocks and crypto are all going down, MJ is usually going up now. And I think that's because we're starting to see a lot of those people that are taking profits in crypto in the broader market and tech stocks and rotate them in the beaten down MJ. I know I am, right? So I can only imagine how many other experienced investors and traders are doing the same, right? And it's only going to increase. That's why I expect my MJ holdings to exceed my crypto holdings over the next few months. It's because I'm going to take a lot of those profits from altcoins and put them into MJ. But it has more of a correlation on the way down, I would say. When SPY's going down, MJ goes down, but when SPY's going up, MJ's lately has been going up a lot more. So I've noticed that. But correlations come and go. You can't really just fixate on one correlation. You got to continue to watch it because it changes all the time, right? But yeah, great question. I was actually talking about that today. Hexo hits an all-time low of 25 cents USD. You think it's going to get there, AJ? I know I'll be buying at that level if it does. Again, I'm indifferent. If it goes down, I'll buy more. I'm dollar cost averaging. I've owned more MJ stocks than Hexo. I own more crypto than I do MJ. I've got real estate investments. I've got mutual funds. I've got cash in the bank to dollar cost average and buy the dips. What else? Got other stocks as well that's non-MJ related. Yeah, like there's tons of ways you can diversify and hedge and protect yourself. I.e., if gas and oil, gold, and tech go down and MJ go up. Yeah, I think it's kind of that's kind of what I've been seeing as well. Unless it's like a hard and fast move to the downside, right? If it's just like slow and steady move into the downside, I have noticed that MJ has been kind of acting inversely. But lately, that correlation has kind of been going away. My buddy said that months ago. Yeah, AJ, well, he wasn't too far off. 25 cents is, that's quite a bit away when you think about it because in terms of percentage, but do you think once war in Ukraine is over, will MJ stocks go up? Maybe a gap up day on the day that the war is... Yeah, maybe. The war could drag on for a while though, right? And that might even be what tanks the market if China invades Taiwan and things start to, like, God forbid, my thoughts and prayers go out, and hopefully that doesn't happen. But some people are saying this war could go on for for years. And it could accelerate too if China goes into Taiwan. That won't be good. And then we're hearing a lot of hacks and things like that. The CIA was saying, like, prepare for cyber attacks on the financial system. And it's like, whoa, this things could escalate pretty quickly here. So again, this is why we say have a plan, hedge, keep some cash on the side, own more than just cash or MJ, right? But I think everything would go up for the most part if the war ended. But yeah, I'm not an expert on geopolitical events though, so I won't go too far into that. It's not really my cup of tea, my realm of knowledge. But I would certainly expect a shot up, yeah. But I don't think that's the main reason. Stores being closed, and there was even Quebec, you couldn't go into the MJ stores unless you were vaccinated. Like all that stuff's dropping. We have the drinks going from 5 to 48. There's a ton of new regulation changes coming. So I think we're turning a page. Should we start buying airline stocks now? Yeah, we had a POW algo alert go off on Air Canada in like the $20 range, and Suncor as well. And they've been performing really good. But AC Air Canada has gone up quite a bit from that. So I'd just be cautious on the airliners. Maybe look for a little bit of a pullback before you enter on those. But yeah, when did we have a PowBot algo alert go off on that? AC. Let me just bring that up real quick. So yeah, like I said, it sends out an email as well. So I'm just checking. My email won't load here. Where did I get that? Air AC. Anyway, I can't find it right now, but it was months ago, a couple months ago. Got late on that stream. Yeah, welcome. Well, just it's getting a little long here. I'm going to end it. I got to go. I got an appointment to run too, but great stream. Highly encourage you to go through it. I wouldn't want to miss it if I were an investor, because like I said, not tooting my own horn or anything, but these are all things that I learned after a decade, right? And I just wish somebody would have taken the time to help me learn all of this stuff. Yeah, Tilray, I believe in that stock. Great opportunity for long-term entries here, in my opinion. Steven, thanks for your question. Meparitis, got on late. Yeah, I already read that. Yeah, welcome. Air Canada before COVID, 47 cents a share. Yeah, exactly. Now it's 24. Yeah, I think it hit like 30 some dollars there not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, didn't it? I don't have enough cash to keep up with my XLM, XRP, Hexo, and DCAing laughing my ass. Well, that's something to learn for next time too, right? You can maybe you went a little bit too hard too quickly, right? So maybe you can next time learn from that, right? But it's all a learning experience. Don't sweat over it. We've all been there. At least you're using the dollar cost averaging approach, and you're not like some people who just went all in at $20. I know some people, I know it sounds bad, and I don't mean to make people feel bad, but I don't know how you would have an average at $20 on Hexo. I feel bad for those that do, but man, you need to be listening to these videos. Do you think MSOS US cannabis stocks are at the bottom? Yeah, we're getting close, Vincent. Thanks for your question. I think so. I added MSOS today. All-time low. Tilray keeps dumping. Yeah, did you see MJ? I don't think you... Again, if you're in MJ, if you're in one stock and you're saying it keeps dumping, it's down, stop it. Stop thinking about one individual MJ stock. Go look at the ETF MSOS and the ETF HMMJ, and there's your answer. The whole sector is down. You're welcome. Highly invested in Cresco. Yeah, great company. Great company for the long term, in my opinion, as well. All right, going to end it there, you beautiful people. Thanks so much for joining us again on The Pursuit of Wealth, where we use logic. We use absolutely no emotions to make our investments and buying and selling decisions here on Power Group. And thanks so much for joining us again. Always a pleasure. If you could, smash the like, subscribe to the channel on your way out. Doesn't cost you anything, and help support me and the channel. And overall, getting the word out to as many people as possible, thus increasing the value of our investments in MJ. The more people that get the word out of this actual news and rationale, and they get to see all you amazing smart people comment as well, and realize that, oh, this isn't that big of a deal, and how many people are commenting, and barely any emotion is showing through the chat. So I really commend you all for that, and really appreciate all the level-headedness. I have an average of 163 a share. Very nice. I really need Hexo to recover to 250. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm right there with you. What's going on here? Am I still speaking? Yeah, okay. Cool. I thought I lost connection there. All right, going to end it there. Again, thanks so much for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth, and we shall see you guys in the next video. Have a great night, everybody.